Hello, welcome to this Functional Skills ICT tutorial. This is part 2 of the Level 1 Sample 1 mock exam, which you can find on the City and Guilds website. You'll be able to find the link to this particular mock exam in the description of the video below. So if you want to have a go at it yourself, just click on the link and it should open up the mock exam for you. Okay, so we've done tasks 1 to 5 so far, which was using search engines, using the snipping tool to sort of copy and paste information from the screen. It just saves you doing a screenshot and then cropping it, basically. We've then done emails, which also included using screenshots. And then we've also done a task around spreadsheets. So task 6 is all around Microsoft Word, which quite often we're quite competent in using. But this one's a little bit different in what it wants you to do. So first of all, got to download the files. So we shall download those. So just click on download the green paperclip. Click on the little arrow and click on save as. And you'll see it's automatically gone into task 5's folder. If you click on the level 1 sample 1 mock exam file, just bring you back to your main file. You want to create a new folder again, so just right click, go down to new, and click on folder, and we'll call this one task 6 and press OK, or press enter. And then what you need to do is just to change the file name, so we can call this one times and images, or times an image. Press save, and then do the same again for price details. So little arrow, save as. Already, oh no, double click into task 6 folder and then call it price details. And press save. Okay, now we just need to open up those documents. So should have a notification at the bottom there where it's been downloading. Just press open. If not, just go onto your desktop and open up your folder that way, and then go into task 6. Although it looks as though I've actually saved it in the wrong place, the times an image, so I'll just move that into task 6. There we go. So you can just open them up from there by double clicking on both. There we go. So as you can see, your actual image for your document is upside down, so we're going to have to sort that out later on. And that's your actual price list. So we'll just have a look at the question. So use the price details to create a price list. So we've already downloaded those files, and we're going to use the price details one. The price list must be in 2 columns on 1 A4 page. So as you can see at the minute, it's on 2, and it's only in sort of 1 column, if you like. So what we need to do is go on page layout at the top there, and then you'll see columns there. Click on there and just put 2. Let's just put it all onto 1 page for us as well, and it's now in 2 columns. Okay, so the next bit is that it wants the header, individual headings for the sections to stand out. So I think we'll do that next. So you can do this how you want, really. If you go on your home, you can change the font sizes by clicking the little up arrows and make them bold and in italics. You can even change the colors if you want. I'm quite tempted to use word art for this. I don't know if you know of word art, but I mean, you can just do it like I've just done there. I think I might use word art. If you go on insert, then you see there word art. Something I always used to love doing when I was a kid, doing my homework. Having word art as titles. Normally this wiggly one, I don't want to use that one. We can use this blue one here. Okay. So it's quite large. you select it, and then you'll see this little box in the corner. You can click on that, and you can hold it, and you can sort of drag it to a size that you want it to be. Yep. I don't think it needs to be underlined. We can do the same with burgers. Now you don't have to do it like this, like I've already said. But the thing with IT exams, it's all about sort of showing off really and what you can do. So to use these extra little features of Microsoft Word will certainly go well for you. So it's quite useful to do these. Okay. As you can see, these are all standing out quite nicely, really. Baguettes. A little bit big. Says all of them is £3.50. I'll probably just move that so it's underneath the baguettes bit header. Then again, you could do the same with toasted sandwiches with sides. They're really big. Not very good, really, is it? Okay. And then do the same with drinks. And we've done all of them, really. So, as I say, it would have been quicker just to make them bigger fonts and make them bold and underlined and changing the color of them. But as I say, it's all about showing off what you can do. So, it is worth just spending that little bit of time and just being a bit flash with it, I suppose. Just make sure that all looking decent. That's good. I'm happy with that. Next thing we need to do, obviously, wants us to make the title, the main title, stand out as well. It needs to be centered. So we insert word art for that one. I'm going to make it a little bit different word art this time. Let's use that one. Okay, so now we need to make it centered. So if you go on home, press on this little bit here. This is where it all aligns. So if you press center, it will center it for you. But I think because we've made it a word art, it's already pretty much centered anyway. So just press enter a couple of times to tidy that bit up a bit. Okay, then it wants us to include the opening times and the image from the other document. So if we look on the other document, we've got opening times. Just select all of that, copy, and then you can paste it into your other document. Just make me wonder where we're going to fit it all in, to be honest. Looking at the sizes and what have you. But we could paste it down into the bottom there. It's actually going over into the other side now, so probably going to be a little bit of tweaking we need to do with the font sizes, I think. Now the colour's slightly different from the font there compared to everything else, so I'll just highlight that and make it black. As you can see, black's already selected for me, but you can click on the little arrow there and just select black. Probably be worth making that a word art as well, so it's in line with everything else. So just go on to insert word art, opening times, let's make it smaller, times, like so. So there we go. There's just a few little like enters that had gone down there which had moved on and created another space. So all I did was just click at the end there and just press delete. You got rid of those little spaces. So what I need to do now then is to insert the image into here, and yeah, we're running a bit short on space actually. So case really of what can we do to tidy it up a little bit in terms of getting the image in there. Really, we'll get the image in and we'll take it from there. So here's the image. So just copy that again by right clicking and then going into here, right click again and paste. Let's put the image in there. So there is a bit of tidying up we need to do. Okay, so click onto there, and as you'll see at the top there's format tools, or picture tools, and then format, and you'll see there's rotate there. So if you click on rotate, you can flip it if you wanted to, which looks as though it's what we need to do rather than rotate it. So we have to flip it. If we rotated it, all the writing would be backwards, I believe. We'll try it. Yeah, it will be. There we go. So all the writing's backwards. So in this instance, you have to flip it. So we'll go back, we'll rotate it back, and you just got to flip it vertically, like so. Okay, so yeah, we're still at a bit of a tricky situation with it because we've got all of that on the second page. We need it to be all on one page. Just check your document for any incorrect spellings or anything as well, and you see where there's some big gaps between your words that you don't particularly want, and some of them's just got a small gap. Entirely up to you really what you do with this. You could either just make it so there's not so much of a big gap between them, so it's the same gap, or you could do it so they're all in line with each other, which I think that's the way I'm going to do it. So really it's just putting the extra spaces in to make them all in line. But obviously tomato is spelled wrong, so to get rid of the E off tomato. We'll get the prices. I don't think we need to do anything with these prices because it just says everything is £3.50 for that, but certainly with these ones we can get them all in line. Best as we can. So just putting the spaces in. Just to make them in line with each other. So it's a bit fiddly, but I think in terms of getting extra marks, you'll need to do this. Just so it's a bit tidier, as I say. It's almost like you're trying to create this proper, a menu properly if you were to do it as a business. Now it's obviously going to look a lot tidier if it's all in line with each other, like so. Smooth tips along. I think that's in line with it. And again, it's just making sure that they're in line with there, really, as best as possible. What I can see looks about right. Delete that one a little bit. And as I say, just double check they're all in line. Should be. So, okay, so it's starting to look a bit tidier now. Again, we've still got that we need to sort out. So probably make your picture smaller. Do by dragging, like so. So it's made a bit of a difference. Probably not enough for what we want to do. Might be worth moving your picture over here actually. So that was just dragging it around to make sure it's fitting a bit better. Now we have got a bit of space there. If I move, if I delete some of these, it will then sort of mess up the picture a little bit. Oh no, then corrected. But we still need to try and fit that in, so it might be worth perhaps making the word art smaller. Make the actual text of everything smaller as well, perhaps. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste that into the top here. I think that's where I want the opening times to be. Press enter just to knock that down. I can delete that bit of opening times from there. It's not too far off now, actually. There's only 2 lines where we need to get rid of. Let's see if there's anywhere we can save something. Really, we want it to be from this side, so all of those items could go back under the hot food. So, I mean, we could delete all the spaces in between the titles, like so. We wanted to. Saved us a bit of room on that side as well, actually, so we can then just make that picture a little bit bigger. Make it bigger again. Oops, a little bit too much. A little bit less. As I say, it's just playing around with it. It's just trial and error, really. But that's it. I think that's everything we need to do. So I'm quite happy with that. The titles are all standing out. We've been showing off a bit because we've been using word arts. We've just double check these. They're all in line again now. We've made it look nice and presentable. Nice and tidy. They're all in line as they should be. Right, so there's just these canned drinks ones as well. We need to just move over. Right, so there we go. Perfect, I think. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah. So we've done everything we need to do. So make sure it's clear, easy to read, it's got no errors. We changed the error, which was just tomatoes. So upload your completed price list. So again, don't need this one. We can get rid of that. Here we go. So just save that. And then close it down as before. As I've mentioned on part 1, if you don't close it down, you'll just end up uploading a blank copy, even though you've saved it. So you don't have to close it down. Click on the blue upload button. You'll get a window pop up. You won't get this warning message, but there'll be a little button to press on that says upload. Click on that, find your file that you want, and then upload it. So in this case, it would be the price details Word document that we've just created. Once you've done that, you can press next. Okay, so we're looking at task 7 now. So this is where we need the original evidence document that we downloaded right at the start of the exam, which we've used for task 4. We're now going to use it for task 7. So organize the files you've used and those that you have created into folders so that they can be found easily. Paste a screenshot to show the folders you have created, and another to show the contents of one of your created folders into the screenshot evidence document that you saved at the end of task 4. And then upload the evidence document. So basically what it's saying is we go down, we can go into this folder. So this is what it wants to see first. Let me just double check. Show the folders that you've created, and another, yeah, show what's in them. So these are the folders we've created, task 3, 5 and 6 with the screenshot evidence document. It's in the level 1 sample 1 mock exam folder. If you really want to, you could just move the window so it just shows it there as well. And then you just got to do the screenshot, which is pressing the print screen button on your keyboard, or sometimes some keyboards you have to do it by holding a function button down as well as pressing the print screen button. Once you've done that, you can go into your evidence document and just paste it into there like so. And then you can do the same for the next part, which was paste a screenshot of one of the contents of one of your folders. So let's do task 3, or we could do task 6 that we've just been doing, price details and time and image. So again, print screen or function and print screen depending on your keyboard, and go into it like so, and paste that screenshot in there as well. That's it. That's everything you need to do for that task 7. So you just save that. We've finished with this now. We've got all the evidence for task 4 and all the evidence for task 7, so you can just close that down. And then the next part, as before, is to upload it. So again, just making sure you close it all down before you do that. So we'll click on next. Okay, so the next couple of questions are just sort of general knowledge, if you like, really. So for this one, what should be considered before using any pictures found on the internet? So before using any pictures found on the internet, there's a lot of pictures will have copyright laws associated with it. So for example, let's say a journalist has been taking pictures. He's then using those pictures to sell them and make some money. Now, we can't then necessarily use those pictures if it's got copyright restrictions on, basically. So we can't use it to advertise our own products or whatever that we are then making money from, because it's not our picture. So that's the answer for this one. So copyright restrictions, which you would just write in there, copyright restrictions, and click on next. The next question. So state one way to stop or reduce spam emails. So one way to stop or reduce spam emails would be to set up a folder or a filter in your emails to be able to reduce those. There are some options where you can filter those. So set up a spam filter in my email account. And that's it. So then, final question: what is cyberbullying? So that's kind of self-explanatory, really. It's bullying that's done online, so it could be through social media, name calling, or constant sort of bullying, really. But it's done over online, so it could be in forums or social media such as Facebook. So for this, it could be name calling or abuse online through social media or websites. Okay, that's it. Press next. You've reached the end of the test, so make sure you've uploaded the files correctly, which you should have done for the test where it's required. Once you've finished, press the finish button, and congratulations, you have finished your exam. So that's the end of part 2 with the mock exam at level 1. Hope it's been helpful. I hope you've learned a lot from it, and good luck with your exam.